It's time to game with Non-Gator.
Okay, everyone, welcome back to Planet Crafter. First thing I have to say is, I looked at episode 6, and I realized that my brain cells, the two I have, they weren't warmed up enough. I need to rub them together a little more, because when we were discussing the upgrade on this, for whatever reason, I said this was 45 instead of 48. I was yelling at myself, so I'm sure some of you guys are yelling at me too, telling me how dumb I am. But I think the reason was I really wasn't trying to be a mathlete and figure it out. I just know that on our final upgrade of this, we end up, I think, with 45. Well, maybe not the final, but maybe on 6. We end up with 45 because I know just from memory when we traveled to another planet in the rocket, I'm like, okay, how many pieces can I hold? And I gather things and I put them in a storage, a tier 2 storage. And I'm like, okay, I can only put 45. I can only put 45. That's all I can carry. And for whatever reason, that was a number in my head. So, that's my excuse and I'm sticking with it. So today I wanted to, first let's look at our heat numbers. We might be able to go find that cave, do that cave. Heat, the UK needs to be 50. So we're not there yet. If it gets too far over 50, we're going to, it's going to end up flooding. We can still go in underwater. We just have to make sure, we can get stuck in that cave when we're swimming. So, but in the meantime, let's see if we can increase the heat. Let's see what we can increase. Let's see, power. Let's start with power. We don't have much power. Let's see if we can get more power down. And I got my iced tea today, so I won't sound like I'm sleeping. I also had to make some adjustments. It looked like my when YouTube uploads things, when I edit this stuff, everything sounds great, and I use OpenShot to edit, and I adjust my sound levels, and I got everything sounding even and good. But it seems that with YouTube, for whatever reason, it changes. I even noticed some graininess, even though I'm uploading in 1080p. So I'm thinking it has to do with YouTube. So I decided to make some adjustments. I'm actually now recording in 4K. So I read that if you record in 4K and you upload, it forces YouTube to use better codecs and different codecs and to slow down and do a better job. So I'm going to try that. I know it's going to take me longer to process the 4K video. I know stuff like that, but I got to try something. I really want this stuff to be good. There's nothing worse than people not watching your video because the sound's awful. People can put up with a little graininess now and then. That's not so bad. Let's move these flowers here for a second. We're going to get rid of them eventually altogether, but we have them. And we're going to get more flower spreaders and stuff. So and then we'll get rid of those. Let's see. Let's pin that. Do we have? Now we have 2. We're going to also use this today, if we can, by the flower spreaders we already have down. All right, and we're going to try and get some more of this. I also had to learn where my mic off button was on my headset, because every now and then I get to strike off. And I realized that without thinking about it, I was coughing into the mic and stuff like that. All right, we have 115. We'll try and put 2 of these down. Usually I don't ever get any more than like 6 of these before I have to go up to the other ones. Unless I'm in hardcore. In hardcore you need way more than 6. Alright, we'll get 2 of them down. And see how big of a help that is. I want to go visit that cave, I want to go to that bunker, and I want to go get to that satellite before that stuff fills with water. Also may have to go out to the obsidian area, get a little more obsidian, 778. And there's also in that area super alloy on the ground. All right, we got food, no water. Let's check this. Let's check this. Got some in there. We're going to start moving some of this into here. I need to move these, but I want to put that wall up. You know what? Let's move it. Let's move this one temporarily. We'll put it over here. We're going to put some water in there. You need this and this to make this, and we're going to need those. We're going to need those. We're going to end up putting like a incubator down here and some other stuff. That's a little down the road there. Let's see. Low on food. And I need... See, oxygen's in a good spot. 4,000. I try to keep these numbers even. So oxygen's at 4, almost 5. That's at 4. That's at 4. And I try to keep it even and balanced. But here's the thing. So like we're going to get this at 41, which is a T4. But we won't get this until 63 on this. That's way, way down the road. And that's oxygen. So to get this done at an even pace, I'm gonna have to crank that oxygen up a little bit. Increasing the heat doesn't get you the heater, it gets you the drill. But when you get up to the tier 5 stuff, where's that stuff at? It's on this side. When you get to the tier 5, you get the tier 5 heater first, where on tier 4 you get the drill first. So if you were behind on heat, this would catch you up, and then you would get to that. But this is going to be total biomass, which is going to include a lot more plant stuff to get to that point. So if we can put when will we get tier 2 on that? Because that's a big improvement. Maybe it's on this end here. Oh, here we go. 500 kg. Oh, it's a little ways down. Plant rocket, that's going to give us bacteria, gives us that moss. Gonna give us that moss, and that's the next stage we're going to be in there. We're heading toward moss. So when we can get that rocket, we want to get that up. 175, that's not far away. So I think in the meantime though, we can go and let's take that with us. We'll take that with us. I'm going to go this way. We're going to go do a little exploring real quick. I know that that ice probably isn't melted, but we can go through that bunker. Um, we can grab the stuff in that satellite and so forth. And we'll grab those chests and a golden chest around here a little later. Like I said, I want to really wait until there's that golden chest is right there. I want to wait until further down the game. There's a ship there that gets covered up. We need explosives, which we can't build yet, to blow that open. That'll be fun. I like going in that one. I don't start doing the distant wrecks until every ship on this planet is exhausted. Every ship without travel is exhausted. So we're going to have to drink some water here in a second. This probably doesn't fill up until that ice melts. Look at those fuses. That's what I'm talking about. Heat fuse, pressure fuse. That's why I like to wait a little longer. If we went in that earlier, like we did that one by that super alloy cave, it would have had basic stuff in it, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a static item. Ice is still there. But we have that bunker over here. Where's that bunker? Bunker's over this way. By this cave over here. Here's the bunker. We can go in here. We can put our truck down. Our rover. Get in it. Get our oxygen. Empty this stuff into it. What do we have here? Let's look at this message. Oh, this is Ickless again. It's been 6 months since the crash, and I'm barely surviving. My main goal is to build a rocket and leave this place forever. This planet is cursed. I can feel it. I'll have to go back to the crash site. I think there was a secret room in the control bay, a deconstructible wall somewhere near the main screen, but it's been a while and I can hardly remember. So if we would have came in here first, that ship we went to in the dunes that had that secret wall, that's what they're talking about. Okay, we got some good stuff here. I'll take that. We could use the iron. Any secret walls in here? None that I'm seeing. And there's not much in here. That was it. But that was good. Good message. Let's see if we can carry this with us. Let's see if we can empty it and carry it with us to the obsidian area. No. No way. So we're going to be stuck. We do have a hut in the obsidian area. We could... Yeah, we're not going to be able to drive this there. Let's recall... Let's go home. We're not far from home. Let's go back to the base, recall it, empty it. I want it out there because we'll find some chests. Some chests out there, some obsidian, some super alloy. And, I know there's more chests, but like I said, I don't like being greedy with the chests. I'll take my time and a little at a time, because the more stuff you got, the more you got to store it, and the more storage you got to build, and it's just, oh, there we go. Maybe we can get that up. I think we found a rocket. We can get that up and go on when we get back. That'll be cool. Got the chest there. That first optimizer that uses that oxygen fuse, it'll only do 5 items. So I'd like to get 5 of the plants out there. We have 2 more of the golden ones, plus what's already there, and that optimizer fuse. But we need to make some fertilizer to do that. Did we find any? Not seeing any. All right, let's get this empty. Get a little O2. We can make some fertilizer. We'll have to go pick some of that stuff if it's done growing. Some of that algae. Got 1, 2. Let's go save these flowers. We're gonna need another storage for the flowers. We can possibly put 1. You know what? We'll go put 1 in here because we're gonna need them in here. Just for now, we'll just put 1 down, and then when we get more, we can get more iron. We can actually separate them. I usually separate them in groups of like 3. I will put like the first 3 that by alphabetical order, like this one, this one, this one, and this one. Then I'll do another one. But for now, we'll put them all in here. And put some food seeds in there. I saw a couple in here by mistake. For some reason, when I open a locker, the first thing in my inventory automatically goes in there. I don't know if that's a controller issue or a bug in the game, but I'm gonna assume it's a controller issue because I'm using a GameSir Tarantula controller, and since the last update, some buggy stuff has happened. I get disconnects, just random disconnects. Like I said, I didn't like flying over that lava because there's times when whatever game I'm playing with the controller, man, I'm flying and the controller disconnects and then I hit the ground. I can't move. And I have to use my mouse and keyboard to stop and save the game, open up the GameSir software, and then it reconnects again. Sometimes it reconnects on its own, but usually I have to connect it. So I thought it could be a USB issue, so I went into all the USB stuff and turned off Windows, putting it to sleep to save power, to see if that would help. And I also make sure that it's not plugged in through some kind of a USB hub. It's direct. I use little extension cables coming off the back of my computer and keep them separated in distance. Okay, let's see. I'm thinking. I know, guys, I drift off thinking about 10 steps ahead sometimes. So I'm a very proactive person. I try not to be reactive. And I think that's from growing up in Louisiana and the hurricanes. I've learned from being a young boy that when hurricane season starts, you start stocking up on, water and canned goods and, charcoal, propane, gas, and, a week, if nothing's coming, you can use that, but the canned goods will last. The water, the charcoal, none of that. But if you buy some gasoline, we get like 5 or so of the gas cans full, and you need them for generators and so forth. And if everything looks cool, there's no predictions for a while, then you go and you use it. You pour it in your vehicle and use it. And then, if you see a tropical storm on the weather report, go fill them suckers back up. So I've learned to be very proactive. And I've lived my whole life that way. So I try to think about possibilities, and there we go. You know what? I forgot. We need to collect stuff from in here. We're going to need a locker for this stuff. We've got 2 of them. We're going to start making it a habit to check that. Okay. I think we can get that up there. Oh, yeah, we got to make some fertilizer. So let's... Oh, that's full. Forgot that was full. Let's get that done. And I also learned about YouTube vision. So when I watch other guys play, and it's like, man, why did he not see that? He went right by it. And then I realized that in my own videos, I'm running ahead and I might be focused on that dome over there way something further down, even though, let's say, I'm out looking to pick up cobalt, right? But I'm focused on something down there, and I'm running around, and I'm focused on that, so I go right by them, and I'm oblivious that I just went by that. And when you're looking at somebody else play, it's easy for you to just focus on the whole screen. Where in this, we might be focused for something a little further down, so we miss things. And I never played and recorded and thought about it that way. When you're in the game, you kind of have this little bit of focused attention, and you kind of narrow your vision, like tunnel vision or something. We'll put this in here. We need to make fertilizer. Let's get some oxygen. Let's see if these can be picked. I think that was 15 of them. So we got the tier 1s gave us 5. This gives us 15, and it does it at a faster rate. So that's a really big improvement. Okay, now fertilizer. Let's see how many we can make. Right. We get enough sulfur, we can make it. Let's park some stuff in the locker temporarily. Let's put it in here. And grab some sulfur. At least 5 of them. And now we can grab back our oxygen, water, and food. because it looks like we're going to need food soon. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, get that rocket up, man. What a nice thing. Okay, so I'm gonna need to take some of this stuff and move it so I can put a little more. And for that rocket, I know I was going to need one of those, but I think it's in that food locker with the rocket engine. Let's see here. Put these in here. Add that and that. And I think 2 of these. And let's go see. I might have forgot something. Let's check it out and see. But no, that's what we need. Plant multiplier 1250. You know what? Let's go see where plants are at before I launch that baby. Plants. Yeah, let's see. Do we have the screen that we can see where plants are at? We don't. We don't have that screen. Oh, that's coming up next right here. At 200. Okay, I guess we just don't know yet. Oh, you know what? There is a way to know. I think there's a way to know. If I do this, go in here, plants are at 220. Plants are at 220. Okay. I'm glad y'all told me about that. Plant rocket. Cool looking. The lady who designs this artwork, or maybe they hired people and there's more people, but boy, Mizu Games, I mean, I could barely spell my name, and the things they do is amazing. The art, and I know they want to keep things simple. I joined their Discord today. I didn't even know about Discord until I was looking into playing this game multiplayer. I've never done that before. And I was reading that you join Discord and, you know, you kind of like connect with other people and maybe you can find someone that'll, you know, like play multiplayer, you know. I think I could host a game with a few people. I mean, I have really good upload speed on my internet. I have, you know, coax cable internet with like 100 megs up. So it probably would work, and my rig's pretty good. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that doesn't tell us how much it's producing. It just tells us where it's at. So, but it is moving. Biomass is screaming now. And we're getting into moss pretty good. Let's go finish emptying this. Oh, it is empty. Okay. We made some fertilizer. Can we make a few more of the plant things and put out that optimizer? Yeah, I think we can do that. I think we can put one of these out. We got that covered. Let's see, how many? Oh, there's that drill. Look at that. We're not going to build them now because they take a lot of super alloy. I think it's like 6 of them. Yeah, 6 of them. So we're gonna wait a little while. We have 3 here. If we put down 2 more, see, I'm recording in 4K, so when we get to this animated stuff, I got a little stuttering there. So I might have to bump it down to 2K. I'm just trying to fix it so the YouTube videos will be better, but the more things we start building here, the more that little stuttering I'm gonna get, because it's got to render so much. All the animation, that thing spinning, this light flashing, all that stuff, all of this. So one day these drills won't be here. So you won't see that animation. Yeah, I'm gonna put it somewhere else out the way. Try to keep things as to a minimal around here to help with the performance. Let's go pick our plants. Don't want to run out or run low. And we can actually add more. I think we have plenty of power. We're going to have a locker for each one of these veggies. And also for the beans, because we're going to use the beans with honey later to make some high quality space food. Oh, wow. Getting dark. Okay. Fertilizer. We have 3. We're going to put 2 down. We have 2 of these also. I'm going to put 2 down. Super alloy. Two of these. And 6 water. Okay, and then the 2 flowers. Oh, we got them already. So that optimizer, we need 2 explosive powders, which I don't think we have. I didn't see any. No, but we're gonna make some. Okay, let's go make them. 2 explosive powders. This way. One of those. That power we put down is going to have to last us. There's no way we can make another one unless we find some of these uranium rods or go to that other uranium cave by the rainbow caves and grab about, I don't know, maybe there's 10 plus in there, so we can maybe make a rod there, but the best would be to just find one. So we're gonna go try and loot a few things. Oxygen. All right, let's go do this. I know sometimes I just step in my place. It's just habit to get oxygen. It became kind of like muscle memory. Let's see. Look at the T2s. Man, already. What's that take? 2 fertilizers. So an extra super alloy and 2 fertilizers. We're going to upgrade these. Let's let these run for a little bit. There's 2 cylinders on. I'm telling you it's a 2. But we're going to put down maybe right here by this rock. and that'll bump them up 500%. 1100 on the oxygen on these. So let's go look at our screen. That heat's at 42. You know what? Maybe we can build a couple of heaters, get that heat up, and before we leave, we can hit that cave. It might get to 50. So oxygen's at 10,000. Remember before it was at 1,000? Oh no, it was at 4,000, just like these. It was at 4, now it's at 10. So that's nice. Let's see. What's it take for 2 heaters? One, okay. 2 of those. Needed 2 of these. I grabbed 1. I grabbed 1 because looking at that pen up there, the blueprint pen, it only showed 1. Alright. We have a heat fuse and a pressure fuse. Let's, can we build another one of those? Or 2? I guess if we can get enough. No, we can't. We don't have enough of these. Yeah, I don't want to advance the heat and pressure too much right now. Okay. Alright, we're getting close. Let's see here. We're at 42. Let's go check our drill. And let's see, 5,000 on the heat. Let's see if we can put more pressure. Let's go check our drill for aluminum. Maybe we can put 1 of the other pressure ones down if we have enough super alloy. Maybe we could just do 1 of them. Get rid of all those. We would need 6 of them. We have 4. We can make 2. We can make our 5. We can go find some. We're gonna go find some. Let's see. Oh, wrong thing. I wanted this. Oh, I didn't grab cobalt. I think 3 of these. So that goes from 17 pressure to 459. Pressure's at 4,000. How much energy? 635. 45. Okay. Let's eat the bean. So I'm going to put this over here temporarily. It's huge, so let's go see what that does. I'm not sure if I'm going to take those down or leave them. I just want to see what this is going to do first, and I'm trying to kill a little time before we can go to that cave. And yeah, look at that pressure, 13,000. It's going to be a big bump when we can do that next heater. But that is at 63. But that oxygen's moving. Oxygen is moving. I don't think we have the ability to do the rocket that improves the oxygen. So we got magnetic field. We did 2 of those. We just did 1 of those. We have that one and that one. Yeah, so that's it. We can't do the oxygen multiplier rocket yet. Let's see. We're not at 50 yet. You know what? Let's just go real quick. And we're going to run over here. We're going to go through this maze and go up to that other ship. We're going to collect some super alloy. It's all on this level here. But if we go through this ship here, out the back onto this here, we'll see them. And I think there's a chest or 2 up here we can grab. Just gotta be careful walking. Need to get over there to the right. Watch your oxygen. Alright, let's keep an eye on the oxygen. We are actually not far from that hut by that little wreck. So let's get this and let's fly out of here. Grab a little oxygen. We'll go back up there. We'll go up from here. go. One there. There. Now I'm sure we're not going to get them all. But we did get some. Now we can go try and get some on this side. And I think there's a chest up here on this side too. Yeah, there it is. Oh, we got a chip. Yeah, we need to get to that T2 deconstruction, which is going to require finding chips. And one of the places will probably, most definitely, you find them in ships. So maybe we can go to that ring gate, run in there, and see what if we can grab there's a chip or two in there for decoding. All right, more. Okay. See if there's any more up here. There's one over here. It's a good little run. Oh, inventory's full. Wow. Oh yeah, we did get that crate. Let's go and dump this stuff. See where our heat's at. And whether or not we got to run to that cave. What a good little run. Let's go decode that chip. Display case. We're at 46. Let's empty out what we got. I know we're coming up close to an hour, and I'm trying to keep my videos at an hour without, you know, doing a lot of edits, but still want to at least get to that cave before I quit. So hopefully we can get there soon. Wrong one. Let's go check again. I keep checking this. 46 on the heat. Okay. Let's go grab some more. See if there's more super alloy up here. There's one there. This one's back up here. Getting dark up here. One there. What else we got up here? That's a way out. It doesn't look like there's any more up here. Okay. I think we put a right by that ring gate. Anything in here important? Nothing we needed. But while we're here, let's just take it. Take what we can. I mean, the drones can take care of it later, but we can do it now. Just trying to kill time. What did time ever do to you? Why you want to kill him? He made me grow old. Oh wow. That was a dead end. Let's see here. And magnesium. Silicone. Drink some water. That. Put those there. Put those there. Put those there. Wow, we got some things in here shouldn't be in here. But probably because they didn't have room in the other one. When we have to, we'll build a second one and put those in. You know, we'll put these two and these are. You get a lot of these two, so I might just put these two and then these two in their own. Okay. Check the water. It's full. That's full. Let's go put it in here. Keep one on us. Let's go check our heat. $48, we're getting there. Let's see something here. $48. You know what I think I'll do? I think we will make sure we're full of food. We got a food and water on us. I think we'll go in that direction. Hit that ring ship real quick. Just grab the chips out of it. We're not going to really do a lot of looting, but we can grab the message and some chips out of it on our way to that ice being melting. I don't know if the ice just disappears instantly at 50 UK heat or what happens, or if it just starts to melt and we gotta squeeze our way in. I know sometimes I plan on wanting to do a lot in this game, this episode, and then the hour gets away from you so fast. And you know, if you have not having a busy day, you're not recording, man, you can sit here and play this thing for hours and not realize it and just relax and enjoy the game. But when you're recording, I guess I could do the same thing and just try and break it up into hour blocks and then post them on different days, but I also have other things I need to do, so I try not to play all day. But I would play longer on a multi-game. If somebody wanted to play for a few hours, I would definitely do that. Let's take that out the way. See, this is flooding already. There's a chip. There's a message. I don't want to read this underwater. We'll read it back at the base. But you see, we're going to have to come back in here when we can put a fusion cell in that. Get these. You know, we'll be able to... Yeah, it's not... Sometimes this stuff isn't worth opening, but not underwater. But I think there's another chip in here. Not going to open that chest. Let's see. There is a locker, I think. Here it is. It was underwater. Okay. We don't need to break that down yet. Let's see. Okay, let's get some oxygen. We got a couple chips. Let's head over real quick this way. See if we had made it. When it got to 150 MTI, it may have gotten to 50 UK heat. Yep, it's gone. Ice is gone. All right, let's put our rover down. Empty this. Get some oxygen. And go loot this bad boy. Blue osmium. Blue sulfur. This is what we came in here for. So right now I'm staying to the left. And we're going to pick up all this stuff. We're going to empty this bad boy out. We've got I didn't forget that chest. I just wanted to grab this. There's a little circle there. Okay. We can get a few more individual things. We're going to have to come back and go down this way. We can grab 5 more things, and we'll come back for that chest. So we got 5 more of these. We're going to need those for fusion reactors, fusion, whatever makes the electricity, and teleporters. So now we're going to go back down here, staying to the right. This is just basic stuff, but we did get what we wanted. And there's another one. One right there. One there. Let's run around, make sure we didn't miss anything. We are good. Good back here. Good over here. Now, that beacon, that's why I wanted the beacon on the rover. Because when you're in a place like this, and you get kind of turned around, you look for that beacon, and you're like, okay, we need to take paths that are going to bring us in that direction in order to get out. There we go. Bring this. This is as fast as it goes until we upgrade it. When you can get this upgraded to like a, when you make it to Selenia, they'll give you the opportunity to do like a tier 4 upgrade on this. And that thing will jump the canyons and that, I mean, it will fly. It'll fly, it'll do backflips, wheelies, you name it. Let's see, I thought there was a chest around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. We have the room. So I'm gonna grab a few things. I know it's basic stuff, but... And there's also... That's full. I think I have just enough room on top of one of these. Not that one. Maybe this one. You look down in it and there's a golden chest. I'm glad I looked in here. We got a rocket engine. But what we don't have is... I ate that so we had room for the aluminum and super alloy. We don't have any chips except the 2 that we got in there. Okay. It's faster to fly back, but I think I'll do that. I wanted you guys to see how slow this thing is and its original speed. And if you're on a very steep incline, it doesn't climb well without the power. But when we can get more rocket engines that we don't need to put in space and some zeolite, we'll be able to pick zeolite up when we get to a better plant stage. It'll grow out the sides of vines. Alright, that's good enough. Let's fly back. And then we can pluck them. And then one so we can get a tier 2 drill, we can go put it in that cave. And then, you know, go check on them. And what I like to do is, when I put I'll put uranium down first, unless we have the nuclear fusion power. I'll put uranium down first so we can keep making power. Then super alloy and iridium, and then I'll go into the osmium and because you want to put teleporters right down by those things. Yep, we are good. Let's go recall our rover. And I want to decode them chips, but I need to go empty this. And I want to see, I think we got 6 of those. Pulsars. Getting those gold flowers. We're gonna have to put another miscellaneous locker down here soon. So we're gonna get this emptied, decode them chips, and call it for this episode, guys. But I gotta get a little more organized here. Let's see, that'll be easy to put away. That. Got a good bit of sulfur. We got 7 of these. That's nice. Right there, we can build 3 of those. We're only going to need 2 for the longest time. I have to make a rod just to make room. Wrong place. I forgot I moved it. Okay. So if anybody, is looking at this and they're like, man, I've seen this already. I want to see this big dummy do something stupid. Suggest a challenge. Guys make up their own challenges in this game. I think she goes by VEE313V Gaming. The first video ever suggested to me from her was, I think, an infected one. And I watched a few, but then I had a lot of other things going on, so I really didn't see her whole series on it. And I've played it, quite a few times. So I was just interested in her personality. Seems very nice. But I did watch her play that No One Survived with a guy named Felix. Man, they were awesome in that together. Unbelievably awesome. So I was watching her play a challenge in this where she went to Aquilus and actually took all this equipment out of here. Just had her basic, like when you start the game, and started from scratch, man. Didn't bring a rover with her, didn't bring a lot of stuff with her to try and survive, because that's one of those planets that you can't just go straight there and start the game. You have to go there from a supporting planet, so that, because there's no real resources. And man, she did it. I watched her. She struggled, but she did it. I mean, she had to swim from one island to the other, bringing oxygen with her, building her little hut. And there's only 3 little islands that have initial starting game ores until you get events from the skies. And I was watching her, and I really liked it. Yeah, she did pretty good. T2 inventory on the vehicle. There it is. We can go get circuit boards now. We can get circuit boards. We'll go to the ships that have circuit boards that don't need fusion reactors, and we'll just get the few that we're going to need. We're almost done with Moss, and without that progress screen, when can we build that? I can't tell what's up next. Biomass screen, that's at 200. We're getting there. 63, 10 more on that. Yeah, okay. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm going to go ahead and pause this here, and I will catch you on the next one. Y'all take care.